D&D has just changed the name of their 2024 rules to D&D 5.5e, but before you start celebrating, they have also found the only possible way to really screw that up.
We were so close! So close! We tripped at the finish line.
Before we dive into this huge change for D&D and what it means for the brand's future, why not hit those like and subscribe buttons to help us keep these videos coming? It's fast, it's free, and we really appreciate it. And then, let's talk D&D 5.5e. Dungeons & Dragons' latest edition, which they still oddly refuse to call an entirely new edition for reasons that remain baffling to everyone outside of Wizards HQ, has now had its third official name in 4 years. When the new rulebooks were first announced, it was branded as 1D&D, and a year later that was totally scrapped for the much less catchy Dungeons & Dragons 2024 rules, which, a lot like the rule set itself, just never seemed to catch on with fans and creators. But now, perhaps realizing after a full year of major disappointments, all branded with that D&D 2024 rules semi-edition label, D&D has finally caved in and decided to call it what fans have been calling it all along, D&D 5.5e. But in an utterly bizarre move, this is not a change for the full D&D brand, and is only for use on D&D Beyond. In an FAQ released on D&D Beyond, D&D explained that with the community already just calling the 2024 rules 5.5e, it was time to, quote, match how the community already talks about the game and make things easier to understand. But how having the primary interface used by the majority of your players calling your newest edition one thing, while your physical books, main website, and everything else continues to refer to it as Dungeons & Dragons 2024 rules instead, all because you insist on pretending that this is somehow not a new full edition of the game, seems designed to create even more confusion and misunderstandings, not lessen them. So for example, your physical and digital books will still have the existing D&D 2024 branding, but be labeled in D&D Beyond, you know, the thing that the vast majority of the players use to interact with the game, as D&D 5.5e, which definitely won't make finding the stuff you own confusing and more challenging for no reason. If D&D doesn't pull an immediate about face and just fully accept that the 2024 rules name is not sticking and is tied to a legacy of recent failures and just embrace the 5.5e moniker fully across all their platforms, we don't see how this doesn't become the most convoluted and confusing non-edition of the game to ever be released. D&D Beyond had the right idea, just call it 5.5e. No matter what Wizards of the Coast seems to believe, this is at very least as new an edition of D&D as 3.5 was from D&D 3rd edition. And you get to shed that awful 2024 branding association that's tied to huge product delays, massive layoffs, and big shocking failures like Project Sigil. But when you get the chance to score a clear and easy goal and appease your fanbase, you know that D&D has managed to find some way to score a spectacular and wildly unnecessary own goal instead. Why not just call the new thing the new thing? It's like Final Fantasy calling every game after Final Fantasy VII also Final Fantasy VII, just because that one game did extremely well. D&D needs to embrace the idea that 5.5 is just what this new edition is, and use that brand as a chance to get something of a clean slate with fans and creators, who have clearly not embraced this 2024 edition yet, and they really need to do this as soon as humanly possible. So what do you think? Are you ready for a world where you've got D&D 2014 edition, D&D 5th edition, D&D 2024 rules, and D&D 5.5e all existing under the massively convoluted modern D&D brand? Let us know down in the comment section, and don't forget to hit those like and subscribe buttons.